What led you to the streets? Because I was reading up like you jumped in the streets at a very, very, very young age.
I ain't choose the game chose me.
Hey, man.
Yeah, real talk, you know.
When it's all said and done, what you think your legacy gonna be?
How did you get the name Convertible Burt?
I'm one of the few ones got out and turned it around.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't know our history. You know
Right.
what I mean? And they don't know we the original people.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
we the ones.
Like anytime you tell the truth on the motherfucker, he looked at this. Nigga always got something to say.
Live from Revolt Studios in the ATL, it's time for that Big Facts. Big Bank, what up? Baby J, what up? DJ Scream, I'm here. Miami street legend Convertible Burt is here today on Big Facts. What's up?
All right, thank you for having me.
Nah, for sure.
Appreciate you pulling up, man. What's up with you, man? How you been?
Hey, I'm great, man. You know, everything coming along, man. You know, we got this Miami Kingpin going in the right direction and doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? And we're trying to get the numbers up, you know, so we could take it to TV.
So that's on all streaming platforms, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit more about that and exactly what all it entails.
Well, it's three series, and it's about me, Bo Diddley, and Isaac, the great Isaac Higgs.
Turnpike Ike?
Nah, Isaac Higgs.
Oh, okay.
Isaac
I thought they were the
Higgs,
same person, my bad.
Yeah, Isaac Higgs, the Ike out of Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, so Boss was his underboss, and he's like telling the story.
Okay.
You know, for Isaac, and you have Bo, you know what I'm saying, and me.
Okay.
So it's a three series, you know what I'm saying. It's on all platforms. It's on all platforms, and it's $6.99, and you get all three of them. You can't beat that, and it's a good view because it's got history in there. You know,
right.
It's really telling you about Miami. And you know how Miami was back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
What led you to the streets? Because I was reading up like you jumped in the streets at a very, very, very young age. It's like elementary school, right? Like what was the first step?
Yeah.
You were like one of the watch out people?
Yeah, you know, so you know, like it was a way, you know, like all the big boys, you know what I'm saying, that was hustling at the time. That was they were, you know, really looking out for them. You know, you just tell them when the police come, you know.
Because you're a kid, they're not really going to suspect that you're doing that. Like,
right, and that was the whole object of it, and you know what I mean, and that's how I got started.
Okay.
You know, when I come home from school, I'm trying to make a few extra bucks, you know. If I see the police, you know, I let them know the police coming and stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I came up with it every day. I ain't choose the game chose me.
Hey, man.
You know, yeah, real talk, you know.
Yeah, Jay.
And one of your first major like legal situations was in high school, right? It's just like a fight turned fatal. You end up having to stab somebody.
When I was a kid, you know, in school, you know, and at the time I was a promising athlete, so you know.
What sport did you play?
I used to wrestle. I'm a state champion, district champion, regional champion, and county champion.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to wrestle when I was in high school.
Make a nigga tap out.
Yeah, I ain't make him tap out. You already know. That's why he made that song. I make him tap out.
Right.
Yeah.
How I feel to this day when you just hear like your name in so many rap songs. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like
it's
years and decades later, like from Rick Ross to so many others, just always shouting you out.
It's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's a blessing that you know, coming up as a kid, you know, you had you had effect on the culture. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop culture.
Right.
You know, you had, I was, back in the days when rappers first came out, the hustlers really had the money, you know what I'm saying, the drug dealers and everything. So they mimicked their style off that because we had all the jewelry and all that done. So, you know, they kind of mimicked their style. So I was able, you know, I was a trendsetter, you know, during that time, you know what I mean? And I set the trend for a whole lot of that stuff done, you know.
So speaking of trends,
yeah,
how did you get the name Convertible Burt?
Because I was always fascinated with convertibles, you know what I'm saying? I had a fetish for convertibles, you know, so coming up, you know, I always liked the convertibles, you know what I mean?
So was it like on some shit like every single car that you had was a convertible? Like
most of them, I had a few trucks that I had a Bronco, wasn't one convertible. Most of them was convertible, but you know what I'm saying. I had a lowrider truck. It was up here. The feds took it, and I had a lowrider truck that wasn't convertible. They were only like trucks.
Okay.
I had a few trucks though.
And what would you say was your most memorable piece of art or most memorable convertible?
Well, I had so many. I had a 560. You know what I'm saying?
Back then?
Yeah, 560 SEC, the coupe, not the
Oh,
SL.
okay.
And I had a 3-dimensional paint on it, so I think that was good. That was how they still talk about that today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
When it's all said and done, what you think your legacy gonna be?
You know, I'm one of the few ones got out and turned it around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And did right, in the community. And I really want to work everybody, really wake them up on economics.
Yeah.
Black economics, and doing, we got a lot of black businesses that we need to support and we need to start. Are y'all familiar with Oklahoma? Black Wall Street?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
very much so.
Of course.
Yeah, so I think, as a people, you know what I'm saying, because all race stick together except us.
Fact.
So I think we need to, we need to really start sticking together and respect, and these black businesses, you know what I'm saying, keep money circulating.
And reunite in that same fashion.
Yeah.
I'm totally with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's the only thing holding us back. We sleeping giants. If we ever wake up, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Because we the most strongest people. We the original people. If you know your history, we the original kings and queens.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know our history. You know
Right.
what I mean? And they don't know we the original people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
We the ones.
we the one.
Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything come from us.
That's
For
right.
sure.
Fact.
And we God chosen. You know
Right.
what I mean? We God chosen. You know
We
what
the
I
only
mean?
one standing in the sun. Nigga.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Real shit.
So we very special people. You know what I mean? And we blessed. We just don't know we blessed, and we don't know how to stick together. We ever learn how to stick together and respect one another as sisters and brothers. We gonna we could really do some great things. But it all started with Cecil Rosen. You know
What's
what I'm
that?
saying? And Willie Lynch.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Slave
Yeah.
owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie Lynch told him
Yeah.
it'll be 400 years and it still be in effect. And it still is. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
to a certain extent.
Right.
Yeah, instead of getting inspired, niggas start hating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead
Right,
of like
right.
feeling like, damn, that nigga did it, I can
Yeah,
do it. Niggas
right.
start feeling like, fuck him.
Right.
That just
Right.
You say that come from the slavery shit.
Yeah, because that's where you come up with the field niggas and the house niggas. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? The house niggas, they send the house niggas in the barn, or where they living, and they go out there and tell they bring them back what's going on in the field. So
Yeah.
that's why you got field niggas and you got house niggas. That's where that term came from.
It used to be like semi code and an honor amongst thieves. When you think that shit went left at? You remember in the streets, niggas used to have really, really respect for each other,
Right.
other hustlers,
Right.
people
Like
in the
robbers
neighborhood.
respected robbers.
Yeah,
and,
it's like,
like
niggas
Right.
just respect. It was an honor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you think that shit went left at?
I think it went left when, they locked up a lot of the OGs, you know what I'm saying, and they couldn't lead. They went out here to lead, and it kind of got out of hand, and it went left, way left, and we ain't really been able to get it to the right. We ain't been able to get it to the right because, they don't really know. They want to kill each other. They get on
them young
about
niggas
nothing.
turned into renegades.
By nothing. So, we kind of got to educate them, because a lot of times they don't really know. They just know what they see. That and that Instagram and internet kind of like, they live for that.
Mm-hmm.
So they following the trends, but they don't know in real life that ain't nothing.
I think it's kind of hard to try to tell a nigga something when he went and got his own money. You know what I'm saying? Because when I started getting my own money, nigga couldn't really tell me shit. I can hear it,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? But nigga ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really can't. I think that's what it is. Like when niggas figure it out, if you tell a nigga some good shit, but that shit sound good, but bro, my baby hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All this shit tell me how to get some money. That's all
Yeah.
nigga want to hear, right?
Yeah, you right about that, but you got to understand the game don't change.
Them facts.
And everybody telling, there's so many people telling, you don't know who is who and what is what. You know what I mean? So, your chances, It's very little to
Slim
succeed in
enough,
that.
yeah,
You know, you could kind of like, you know, you get some people, you know, they get through the cracks, but how many people get through the cracks? You know, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's depending on what level you're on too with that, you know, but it's just a matter of time because you got so many informers, man. You know, you got people that go all across the world, all across the country, you know, setting people up. And this is what they do for a living.
Yeah.
I think that shit that dead. Just like the street game part side of it, it's just dead. Some niggas, like you say, slip through the crack, but it's mostly some influencer online.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the new hustle. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the new streets.
That's the new street.
Yeah.
You know, you got to create content now. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find your platform that, you know, that you can monetize and where you could get you come up with some revenue from it.
Facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know, like the podcast and everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see what they did with the mother boy. They gave him a bag. So you know, you just got to hustle a different way. And see one thing about the people, and this what we trying to do. This is exactly what we're trying to do with this documentary. You know what I'm saying? We put it out independently. So listen, for that to work, we got to get numbers.
Right.
For that to work. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about doing TV. We ready to go into TV mode and movie mode, but we got to do numbers with this here. See, this is like it's like a teaser.
Right.
So you know, if the people say, hey man, we want this or want that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's our job to find out, you know, what the people want to fill a gap.
Facts.
You know,
Exactly.
and come up with some dope content that they'll follow it. Because you got to understand with this internet thing, they'll scroll on you. So you got to have
Keep it pushing.
They'll scroll right past your ass.
Yeah. So you got to have you got to come up with a campaign, man, and you got to come up with a design play that's gonna catch them for 30 seconds. Yeah, they gonna hit the scroll. They gonna scroll on you, man.
So let me ask you this, just to like go back and touch on something you were talking about the Black Wall Street, about the economics, the uniting, and the structure.
Right.
For the people that are watching that aren't familiar with or don't know like exactly what that whole movement about, tell us everything that we need to know about the Miami Boys or the Untouchables.
Okay, the Miami Boys is a group of guys that go in different parts of the nation. You know what I'm saying? Hustling. You know what I mean? And you know, and then you
because I remember hearing stories about like when y'all came to Atlanta, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
This shit mafioso. You know, we came, but you know, shit. You know, we did good business with the guys out of Atlanta. You know, this like my home here. You know? And you know, that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm doing. You know. I'm doing the projects, you know what I'm saying, that I'm about to, you know, put in film and TV. You know, I'm doing the projects. We see when we start shooting this TV series, we doing it in Miami and Atlanta.
Right.
It's gonna be a split.
Right.
We're gonna split. We're gonna shoot half in Atlanta and half in Miami, and we're gonna give them the real story. Because you know, at the end of the day,
a lot of people don't know.
They don't know, and we're gonna give them the real story because you know hey man, you know we the original Miami boys, so. You know, we're going to give them the real story, man. And you got to understand, you know, and no knocks on BMF because, you know, Big Meech is a very personal friend of mine. That's, you know, family. So, you know,
for sure.
I respect him and I like what they doing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you let the record reflect, you know, I ain't talking. They'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? You know, we came through here, you know, we had it on locks before it even came up. And we was doing it, you know what I'm saying? But what BMF was able to do, man, they did some historic stuff and they it's a classic what 50 doing over there with them.
Right.
I hope them brothers be able to, you know,
work it out,
figure it out. Yeah, because you know, brothers could have a fight or misunderstanding, but it take a real man to come to understanding. You know, I might don't like what you do, but I got to respect you as a man. And if you're a man like I'm a man, and we on man time, we gonna come to an understanding. That's what men do.
Even through disagreements.
Right, even that's what men do. Men do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Because you got your own mind, so I can respect your mind like you respect mine.
That's it.
Real shit.
And you know, that don't make, that's just like if you read a book and I read a book. You you're gonna tell a story the way you comprehend it.
Fact.
The way you internalize it, yeah.
Because your comprehension might be higher than his low as your
Or we might have all different perspectives.
right.
Yeah.
The way you tell a story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that don't make you wrong, him wrong. You telling it the way
Yeah.
You
know what I'm
received
saying?
it. No,
perceived,
facts.
yep.
Them facts,
Yep,
baby.
yep.
Yeah. You know?
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So you say, so you say it's just like a 3-part series, right?
Yeah, it's a
Right now,
3-part series. You know, the first time it ever been done in history. And the reason why we didn't spread them out, we're going to go right back to that attention span thing.
Yeah.
So while we got them, you know what I'm saying, we came out with all 3 of them because it was going to be able to, you know, it was going to be kind of tough for you to spread, the space them out and still have their attention.
So it's documentary style. First, I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's documentary style.
So do you ever think like to actually put characters in place, and like you know how you can just sit back and put the character, how Pippin did,
right.
Put the characters in place and act the whole shit out, like
Right.
get them to act out the whole shit.
Yeah, that's the next order of business.
Yeah.
You know, TV series, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like The Wire.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? You're a BMF, you know, you want to come up with something, but we're going to tell us the real street culture of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And how, you know what I'm saying, how, you know, most black people in Atlanta, this black Mecca, to be real with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a unique chance to do great things here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, real shit.
Because of the racial, you know, the racial rate we got. You know what I mean? We got more blacks here than any other state that I know of.
Yeah, and more blacks in power, like
More blacks in
More
power,
money,
more blacks
yeah.
in
Successful
business,
black people,
and more
yeah.
successful black people. So that's why I'm trying to explain to y'all, you know, with them, but even with the black people that's in power, a lot of them, they going this way here. They're not pulling together. You know, they got their success.
Right.
He got his success. This lady got her success.
Right.
But they ain't really, you know, putting nothing together. Like
Putting that power together to make it a
Right.
bigger
But
picture.
niggas done scarred niggas though.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to put some shit together when you on your way up. You been scarred so many times by niggas.
Yeah, but you right, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, through those experiences, you got to have a good judge of character. You got to learn something from that. If you get burnt a couple of times, you know, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you slipped.
These motherfuckers make you stop trusting your judgment, man.
Yeah, for real.
Keep it
I
real
know,
now. These niggas make you stop
Yeah.
second guess yourself.
You right. You right though. You right, because they do the most unthinkable things
What?
that you would never think, and it could be somebody else.
Exactly. Somebody you
Yeah,
love.
but you heard the story about the snake, right? When the guy got him out of the
Oh,
street,
yeah.
Brought him back to life.
Yeah, and he bit him.
Yeah.
Just what he
And
told
the,
him.
and the nigga was looking crazy.
Nigga,
like,
you knew
why
I
did
was
he
a
beat
snake.
me? Like,
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So now when you see everything you do, everyday life, everything you do, you got to have character, a judgment. You got to be able to judge a character.
basically discernment.
Period.
But these days, nah, y'all get what y'all saying, but these days, these niggas and these bitches know how to put on a facade, bro, that's believable.
That's
right,
facts.
but what I'm trying to tell you, right? They gonna always give it to you. You just got to pay attention. You
No, you're right
You
about
can't
that.
let them overwhelm you.
It gonna be a little bit of they gonna
you
you
can't
right.
let them overwhelm you with whatever they charm is.
Yeah, you right.
'Cause they
You
charming
right.
you
You
to
right.
disarm.
You right. You right.
Disarm you.
Right,
So
I
you
give
got
that.
to, you know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
But
That's
you got once you, hey
hard.
man, you reading off a cue card, you don't seen it.
Yeah.
So you know the questions to ask. And
Yeah.
then you know
Real
when it
shit,
ain't
though.
right, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey man, listen, man, your service is no longer needed.
But I think when we get in a space to when a
Yeah.
motherfucker done charmed us to disarmed us, and once we disarm, we start looking over.
Right.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
but you got to stay on beat, because you can't miss a beat out here, man. You got to
right.
be on beat.
You right.
But I'm saying, like, even if it's regular life or street life or whatever the case
Right.
is, y'all never had a situation where I would say someone had you fooled, like you didn't think they would do that and they did
And
it.
the nigga that got over.
Yeah. I don't,
Yeah.
on both sides. See, I don't been on both sides of the barrel, so
Me
I don't
too.
see it all.
Gotcha.
You done been gotten over
And
and you
the
done
got
been to
him.
get her
Yeah,
over.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Gotcha.
play both
Gotcha.
sides.
I'm so scared to let a
gotta
motherfucker
learn,
do
but
me
you-
how I done.
Yeah.
did,
Right.
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
See,
but you
I
got to
get
learn
it.
from it. You know what? Just like whatever your scheme is or whatever you know what I'm saying. When you putting down,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You got to learn from that too.
Back.
You know what I'm saying.
Real
So
shit.
you don't get got.
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of game out here, man. And you got to be game related to recognize it. You got to be game related
It's
to
a
recognize.
new game though. When the niggas done been removed, see, I'm removed kind.
Right.
So this new game, I really can't recognize it like that. So I just push it all over
you
there.
know what? The game don't never change, man. Just the players. Now you might present it in a different way because all this is every era have its own beat.
Pop that shit, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every era have its own beat though.
Facts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
it's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
You gonna have the same demeanor, you gonna have the same
The game don't
characteristics.
change, just the players.
Yeah,
So they might
yeah.
present it a different
You don't
way.
think it's more violations than ever though in the
Oh
game?
yeah.
There's a lot of violations.
Yeah, but
in
you
the
got to
game
understand,
now.
they cold disrespecting the game. But you got to understand too, right? Them young niggas ready to kill you too.
Two. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to
You
be
can't
ready.
beat 'em.
You got to be real careful with them, man. You know, if you ain't with that, if you ain't, see, I'm with the shit.
Yeah.
So
Let's get that understood.
Yeah, well, I'm with it. You
Get
know what I'm
what?
saying? So it's a little different with me, because I ain't gonna meet them now. I'm gonna beat them now. But I'm just saying though, you want to give them, you always want to give an individual the benefit of the doubt because you know it ain't gonna work out good.
But I don't even want to do the shit that I do. So
Yeah,
I just,
that's
you
what
know
I'm trying to
saying?
take.
I can be with the shit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's
Because
what
I done told God I ain't going to be with that
But
shit.
that's
no
what
more.
I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm telling you. I ain't with it, but I
It's
get
in
with
me.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But how do you avoid the bullshit, though? How do
Man,
you
I
avoid
see that shit 100 miles away, man. I stay away from the suckers, man.
Yeah.
You know
Nah,
what I'm
real
saying?
shit.
You
Concur.
sucker, anytime somebody got something negative and they got hate by them or something like that, you got to kind of like distance yourself from that
Yeah,
because
and you ain't even got to be hating on me. I can see
Yeah.
you hating on another motherfucker, but like, I don't fuck with that.
yeah, because if he hate on him, he'll hate on you.
Facts.
And,
You know,
speaking of the hate, I was like doing my research before the interview or whatever, and I
Yeah.
heard you say somewhere that a lot of the times and a lot of the situations that you've been in, from the different times that you've been shot and
Yeah,
the different
yeah.
altercations and stuff that you've
Yeah.
had, never came from any beef that you've had or any personal one-on-one situations. It always came from just some hate or
Yeah.
some female shit.
Yeah, but that's how that go. You know what I'm saying? If you see, it's just real talk and you
Big
could
facts.
do the real set big fact.
Come on with
It's
it.
big fact.
Come on with it.
It was a whole era in the world. Well, if you want to talk about the world famous Convertible Burt, you really want to talk.
Okay. Pop it.
I had a whole era.
Pop your shit then, OG.
Yeah, man. Shit, I'm a fly guy. Hey, what can I say, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm a fly guy.
Fuck you
man.
mean?
Yeah, I do this shit effortlessly, man. I don't even gotta try to put this on.
And what you think that brought, though? That brought along
Yeah,
what?
but it bring hate, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm trained. You know what I'm saying? I'm trained to bring big game. So, I don't have some mix-ups and it ain't always go my way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one in every fight, but I put them up.
Right. You
You
never
see what I'm
back
saying?
down.
I stood up
Yeah,
on
I'm
him.
gonna put
Yeah,
up.
real
I
shit.
put them
Yeah.
up. I ain't want them all. You know what I'm saying? And if you see somebody say they want them all, they ain't really been through nothing.
Yeah,
They
nah,
ain't
them
really did-
facts. Them facts.
You heard me?
Pop that shit.
Yeah,
nigga.
for
You
real,
see a
for
nigga
real.
who undefeated.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Ding, 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 ding.
How the
Yeah.
fuck you undefeated and
Yeah.
you weren't in the streets?
Yeah.
You weren't in the streets.
Yeah,
you
because
undefeated.
coming up, I had to learn. Yeah,
Especially trying to hang around the old nigga and your ass whooped every other day.
Yeah,
nigga.
but you got to learn though. That's how that comes. That's different from the way we came up and the way they come up now.
You young nigga gonna bun you.
That's what I'm trying to
You
tell
gonna
you.
bun your
It's
ass
a
up
whole
right
different
then
thing.
and there. Like, I
Right.
ain't fighting nothing, OG. I'm finna light you up.
Right.
And nigga don't care nothing about who you is or who you
Nah,
are.
nah,
Nigga don't,
nah.
like back in the day,
Right.
nigga used to kind of respect you. Like, you know what? I'm gonna let them have it because this who this is.
Right.
That's out the
These
window.
days, these niggas gonna make a name off your ass. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the nigga that did that to that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It gives them, you being somebody gives them more motivation to do something to you.
Right.
That shit crazy, man.
This shit different. The game, like you said, the game don't change. Just the players is changing. The game these
but
days,
game
though.
ain't no
Violations.
change.
A
But
lot
you
of
gotta
violations.
understand. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole different mentality.
Yeah.
They ain't standing on business. They don't have no morals, no principles of value understanding about nothing. They understand zero.
How you think? I'm saying that's why I asked earlier. Like, where you think that shifted at? Like, what you think?
Yeah, I'm telling you, back when they started locking up. See, you got to understand, when the feds hit the street, they took a lot of big people. You got some that survived it here, but they took a lot of big people, and you know what I'm saying?
For a long time.
For a long time. And in that span, that's when it got out of hand.
Like in the early 90s and shit.
Right.
So basically, all the shit got fucked up in that gap.
Right.
From where they took the people.
If you look at it, what I'm trying to explain to you, if you look at it, it's the numbers right there, that time frame. Mm-hmm. That's where it went bad. You know what I'm saying? It went bad. And the bad thing, we were never able to guide them back. They went so far left.
Mm-hmm.
Too far left for them to guide them back.
No, because most niggas.
And then, they got bad schooling. They got bad schooling and no schooling.
Yeah, no schooling is bad schooling.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So they ain't had a real OG like me or something. To coach them up and tell them, hey, they ain't, a lot of them ain't gonna listen. But if you get one or two of them to listen, because you got to understand, when you see it, the feds play different. So you see dudes.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game than the state. The state tough time. That fed different because you see guys go in and come out. I don't see guys tell on somebody, get caught again, tell on somebody, and beat me out about 2 or 3 times. I done seen that a couple of times. But so that's what I'm trying to explain to you, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different era now.
You did 25, right?
Now I did 20. I had 26 years and 10 months. I did 23 years and 10 months. You know what I'm saying?
They supposed to throw parades for niggas like that. When niggas got them.
They see one thing about it. They ain't gonna respect the real. See, they
anyway.
Yeah, they ain't gonna respect the real too tough because one thing about the real, they don't understand it. They don't deal with so much fake, so they fear it. That's just like a lot of these dudes in power. They ain't gonna really give a dude who can really be something and really make a turn
because it exposed them.
Yeah, and it exposed threatening.
Them. Yeah, like if I sit a nigga beside me, that's that. Right. The people that's looking at both of us gonna see that I ain't that.
Right.
Them facts.
Right. So they always feel threatened about that fact. That fact right there, big facts. That fact right there,
real shit.
It always give them a very unsettled, unsettled feeling.
Especially when a nigga can see the nigga that they trying to win over, your presence win them over.
Right, but you got to understand that, they gonna recognize the real. They gonna feel the real. You can walk in a building when you real and they don't say nothing, and somebody real gonna recognize. You got to understand the world is made up with so much fake. They don't even know what's real.
Nah, real shit.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. The hardest thing in the world is to keep it real.
Why you say that?
For a fake motherfucker.
Yeah, but you know why I say that, John? Because it's so easy to be fake. And it's so easy to lie. But it's hard to tell the truth and to be real.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to be accepted.
Listen.
Fear, I think that's what I was just
I think it's hard to be accepted of keeping it real.
The fear of
any
acceptance.
nigga that's keeping it real is getting painted as a sucker or a hater. Like if we come on this motherfucker right now and say what we really want to say, like that's why I kind of censor myself.
Yeah.
Certain shit I be want to say, but it's gonna come off as why you in them folk being there? Why you a hater?
Right.
But it's the truth.
Right.
Like anytime you tell the truth on the motherfucker, look at this. Nigga always got something to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Push you back in a boat. Even though it's dead ass true. Like you come on the motherfucker and say the dead ass truth, but nigga gonna look at it as hate.
Yeah, like I could go online and say, this nigga got on a hat. It's gonna be somebody say, well damn, like why you saying it like that? Or like what you trying to say? Like, does this nigga not have on a hat?
Right.
Like,
the truth is just not accepted.
Right, but see that you anytime you go in that Instagram or you go on the internet, that happen all day.
Yeah.
You could be talking. You could be saying a scripture of Jesus. And just what they gonna do? They gonna stone you. They gonna stone you like they did. They gonna stone you, man. And you telling the truth, nothing but the truth. So help you God. You speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? But it's so made up on fake that they'll go with the fake. You know what I'm saying? See, the people like pretty lies.
Yeah, man. I be
want
telling
that to be true.
Screen one on.
That's the truth.
Screen like pretty lie.
There you go.
Screen one nigga
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I talk about Trump and shit. Like
Yeah.
no matter what he is, he's still his true self.
There you go.
To me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna make this no Trump conversation, but to me, I can respect a nigga that's showing me fuck this, fuck that, fuck these people.
Yeah.
Instead of a motherfucker that's bringing a representative that's tricking me.
I understand.
I can deal with a hoe before I deal with a woman that's a hoe on the cover.
I got you.
Like I know this a hoe. I know how to guard my heart from this. I don't know how to guard my heart from a hoe who's saying she ain't did nothing, and then I catch a bitch, I'm damn near ready to kill you.
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Nah.
But you know, it ain't too many real ones out there now. So if you get a real one, you got to hold on to them now. It's hard to get a real one now. A real woman, it's hard. It's hard, man.
How or not?
It's
What make you
hard.
think
Yeah,
what make you think it's so hard?
Because they put a lot of women is polluted with what they see and what they believe is supposed to be the true essence of a woman. They don't really know how to be no woman.
Yeah, they got on too much
They
makeup.
got
Not literally, but
they doing-
figuratively.
yeah, but they got
Yeah.
it's just everything they do a trend. They go get their butt did and titties did or whatever. But whatever a woman do, if she do it and that make her happy, I'm with her. But I'm just saying it ain't no real natural woman, just being who they is. Everybody made up.
What you think?
And that's a trend.
Yeah.
Like the BBLs and all that. They're not, hey man, I don't have no problem with them. They look good and I'm happy with that.
What you think the ratio is though? Like real
Niggas say
women.
look
What you
good.
think the ratio is? If you had to just guess, what's the ratio of real women?
The percentage is very low.
Throw us a number.
Real small percentage, huh?
10, 5, 3, 20, 30.
I'm gonna just say about 30%.
30 is
30%,
good.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
That
good,
that
man.
exceeds my number in my head. I was thinking.
No, it's 30%, but they not where we be at.
Right.
It's 100% bullshit where we be at. But it's 30% of them out there in the world. You get what I'm saying? So
Now
when
I'm saying it's about 30% you can find. I'm talking about in the world.
Yeah.
In the whole world, it's about 30%. The other 70, boy, you better look out.
What about real niggas? Like we were saying, the real.
It's hard. I tell you, that's the hardest thing.
That's
to do.
32.
Yeah.
nah, that shit about a dime right there. That's 10% real, nigga.
it's
1%.
hard. It's
This the
hard.
new 1%.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be real, man, because you got to understand they made up of what they see on IG. Everybody going with that.
So stats could change though, right?
Man, nigga get mad at you for being real these days. A
Yeah.
nigga in the jail.
you don't think
like
it-
you
you don't think
can
it
come
come-
back to the dome and tell nigga, bro, them folks trying to get me to tell, bro, I ain't doing this shit, man. Nigga be like, nigga let you like you crazy. Like, well, you better go home.
But can everything go full circle? Yeah. At some point, is it gonna come back and is that gonna be cool?
What that? It's already
Or not cool, but I'm saying the majority.
Nah, it's already cool. Shit.
No, what I'm saying is,
Cool. They doing it and ain't no consequences.
Ain't no
It gotta be
consequences. It's
cool.
already cool.
Right.
Real
It's already
shit.
cool.
That the
You
new
know what
cool
I'm
screen.
saying?
I get what you trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the new cool.
Yeah,
you know
that
what
the
I'm saying?
new
But that's
cool.
what they doing. and trust me, man. Whatever they doing, they do what you do. I'm out your way, man.
Exactly.
That's why I'm trying to do what I do with this TV thing, so I don't have to be in their way. I ain't got to worry about it.
Facts.
The world know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret. But boy, this is a tough time, and it's a tough place, boy. Everything tough right now,
Real
boy.
shit.
So you got you know them little tools and fruits you got, or you get, or whatever you get, you got to make them work.
Facts.
Boy, it's tight.
So look,
Yeah, it's tight.
I got something I want to ask you, right?
What that?
So a little birdie told me
Yeah.
a story that one night you and Mike Tyson were hanging out before his fight, and he was undefeated up until this point, but you guys partied so hard that he lost his fight and got beat up.
That's not true. Mike could tell you that. That's not true. And
What happened with that?
that was just something they were saying, because when Mike was fighting in China, that was just something they saying. They got all kind of stories. They got so many stories about me.
Say they talk. You had a whole era. So
they got them stories.
Make
still
them up.
going.
Yeah.
And some of them I don't even know. They be telling me this and that and that. I say, yeah, okay. You know what I said? I don't really remember. You know what I'm saying? But they'll make them stories, man. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
They come being a legend though.
Yeah. But hey, man, you got to let the people be who they be.
But what
You see what I'm
happened
saying?
with
That might
that?
be that escape point, huh?
What happened with that? I want to know.
Did y'all party? Is
Nah,
what she
no,
said.
Did y'all party?
No, Mike was in China. Matter of fact, when Mike was fighting, I had just came off from getting shot. I was in, I had just got out the hospital. He was in China. I couldn't make that fight.
Okay.
When he lost.
Yeah, the one he lost. You know what I mean? So I wasn't even up there. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting out of the hospital.
So they just putting you somewhere. They just throwing you around.
They've been doing that my whole life.
Me too, bro. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? They've been doing that my whole life. You know, I don't have no problem with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
But
you know one thing about it, they stone Jesus and he ain't try to do nothing but right. You know what I mean? He died, you know what I mean? So, that's what I'm trying to
It's
tell
free
you. It don't
promo.
matter. Yeah, it don't matter what you do, man. They're going to have somebody that's going to disapprove or don't like you.
Or have something to say.
I woke up miserable because miserable love company. Every morning they got to wake up and find it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of niggas, I had to realize this too. A lot of niggas don't come from hate; they come from clout. Like, just say, Vincent, if I got a story about Vert, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes it seem like I'm important enough to know something about him. So they really trying to vouch at the same time, vouch they stuff around a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. But really putting a lie on you.
Clouding.
But
You get what I'm saying?
They do that all the time, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just where the world goes. They
crazy.
do that all around the world,
Especially if
man.
I can get you on the phone or I be like, then I hang up from you. Everybody in the room know I just got on the phone with you. Now I gotta tell my war story that I know with me and bro.
Yeah.
Lies. I'm finna put a whole bunch of
that come with the territory,
that shit
man.
come with the territory.
I got a partner that he built houses in Miami. His name Ariel London, right? And that goddamn Ariel, man. You talking about a funny dude. He say, man, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot to stay relevant. Boy, yeah, me down laughing, man. I got a partner named Ariel, man. That nigga had
You got a lot to stay relevant.
That nigga had me crying laughing.
Shout out to that boy Ariel.
Ariel London, the house builder.
So you got a lot of
Palmetto.
who the goat from down there? Florida, period.
Huh?
Who the goat from Florida?
What you mean to go from Florida?
Whatever first come to your name. What first
The
name?
best, the greatest
First came
of
to
all
your
time.
name when first came to your head when I said to go to Florida.
Man, I have no idea, but I know I'm somewhere up in there.
Real shit.
Bad
Real
motherfucker,
shit.
boy.
Like who you looked up to coming up?
Yeah, I looked at, it was, Ike, Quartz, you know what I'm saying, Bo and them, all them old, Rick and Sherman, you know what I'm saying, the twins. You had a lot of, Afric, Powell. You had a lot of hustle, Charlie Baby. Had a lot of hustler, pimps, and players that I grew up on and saw and got a lot of game from. So, some of them, Calico, you know what I'm saying, forget about it. There's so many of them, man. You know what I'm saying, Kite, you know what I'm saying, 46. It's a whole lot of legends, man. You know what I'm saying, like this 70s when I'm a kid, 80 coming up, watching this here. You know what I'm saying? And they was some of the best ever do it, you know what I mean? And so I learned from a genuine level of hustle. Genuine, you know what I mean? And a lot of them, got methods that's in the day,
When you look at rappers, like which one of them is like that's what we represent right there from Yahweh. Like that's what we represent.
Shit, Ross right now cutting up, man. I like that new joint Ross got.
For real.
I came for the money.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Ross, man, you know what I'm saying. He a lyrical genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. That last cut he did, I did it for the money. I come for the money. I really like that.
So
know
you
what I'm
listen to him, it take you back to them days, like you can hear.
Yeah,
he
he's just very talented, right?
For sure.
And I just said that. I said that, not just because he the dude.
And he's a hustler, man.
He's a hustler,
Nah, that
man.
nigga
The man
down.
got
Where
the
the fuck
he
that
got
nigga
the
getting all that
hustle.
money from?
Yeah, he got the hustle game
Real
gone.
shit.
So
That nigga made some car wash soap.
yeah,
Like, what the hell?
But he hustling though.
Yeah.
He deal with cars. It make
Right.
great. It make great sense.
Right,
He
right.
deal with cars. You know what I'm saying. They follow him. You know what I'm saying.
Shout out to Ross. Shout out to the car
Ross,
show.
Trini,
Shout out to the
yeah.
slippery soap.
Yeah, slippery slope. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to Puff. You know what I'm saying.
For
You know
sure.
all them boys, man, because. When the people get you, they change their back. A lot of people turn their back on you. Hey,
Right.
I'm glad everything working out for you so far. I wish you come home soon. You
Yeah.
know, all them guys there, man. Because you know, this is a wicked world, man, and they do a lot of wicked stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got, you know, if you don't really understand, like, you know, the Puff situation, you don't really understand where it all come from and where it all stem from. You'll think, you know, that they got him for freaking, but that ain't what they got him for.
What they got him for, OG? Break it down right here. What they got him? Big fact.
Well, you know, once you start, you know, filing suits on, you know, big, you know, big companies, corporations, you know what I'm saying? They got a way of, you know, spending money and making life miserable for you. So that's the situation with him, you know. And, you know, God got to be with him because, you know, he was facing life, you know. Now, you know, he got a chance to come home no matter what the outcome come. But, you know, they said the guidelines. See, they don't know nothing about the guideline. The guideline.
And that grid sheet. Grid sheet.
Right. But the guidelines say, you know, they could give him 27 or they could run it together or they could run it wild. So that'd still give him like close to, you know, 5 years, you know what I mean? But he'll be out.
And he's a first-time offender.
Right, but they could run it together or they could give him 10 for each charge, you know? But his guideline don't call for that, so I think he'll be all right, you know what I mean? So the brother be home soon. They gonna drag him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Do you think the feds, like, just because they hate to lose, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, niggas go in there and cop out to the feds. Like,
yeah, but when can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
The feds don't never lose. When they had Puff for one day, they won. When they had it for one day, don't nobody want to be in jail, man. That ain't no place for no human being, man.
Facts.
Listen, man. That ain't no place for no human beings, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I got a dog or something, I ain't gonna cage him or cat, whatever, you know? It's just, you know what I'm saying? But jail ain't no place for no human being, man. So, you know, that's why a lot of these guys really don't know the inside of that there. You know, and a lot of them be trying to find a way to break into jail. Man, you don't want to be there.
What they trying to do? They trying to break it down.
Yeah, nigga trying to break out of that motherfucker. They trying to break in.
That's a new one.
And they with money. They
That's
got money. They rich.
That's a new one.
All of them rich, man. They rich.
Standing outside that motherfucker. Hey!
Yeah, they rich, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know, we got to change. You got to change that narrative, man. When you get that money, because I was speaking to some brothers today about that. You know, when you get that money, man, you got to. If you got to leave, you got to leave. The money allow you to leave. You can always come back. But get from around an environment that might cost you your life or cost you to do a whole lot of time in jail or cost you a life sentence in jail. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, you know, these days here, you can't make good choices. You got to make great choices.
Right.
You know, when a kid, you don't want a kid to make a good choice because a good choice might don't be good enough. If you make a great one, he made the best one.
He got a little bit of wiggle room.
Right.
Yeah.
He up in that whole nother slump.
So look, it's
Go ahead, Jack.
So look, it's two people that I want to ask you about. One that you were incarcerated with, that you had a chance to kind of bump shoulders with, that was similar to your same legendary status, and then another one that, from my understanding, you either were able to do business with or that you encountered while you were doing your business before you got locked up. And that was Larry Hoover and Griselda Bronco.
Larry Hoover, right? I met Larry Hoover. We was in Terry Hut, and Timothy McVeigh was there at the time.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma bomber.
Yeah, the white dude.
And what happened was in 1995, I got caught in a 95 riot. They had like a crack riot in the Fed. And I got caught in it. And they put me in 2 year,
What, solitary?
Yeah, solitary for 2 years. 2 year lockdown program.
Damn.
And 2 year lockdown program. So when after I almost complete, I had probably about 18 months in with it, right? And so they had a step down program. And the step down program, you got to be a trustee or you got to do something, you know, to get out. And every hour, whatever police like near you got to check in.
Right.
So at that time, Larry Hoover just came from the state, and he was in the back where couldn't nobody see him.
Right.
But I was taking the cots back there, and he looked at me and I looked at him. Nah, that's just what I was just telling you about real.
Yeah.
Real recognize real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping and praying that I see the brother one day so I could bring that to his attention. And free Larry Hoover, you know what I'm saying? He got his life together, you know, he headed in the right direction, man. You
Yeah,
know,
they just made some adjustments to his shit recently. So
yeah. But you know, the state. I think the state. I don't think he out yet. You
no,
know,
he's not. He's definitely
Yeah,
not.
the
But
state. You know, they trying
They
to do
still-
something with the state because he
yeah.
had something over there.
But
Right.
but they get him from out of, like just being buried though, right? He can
Right.
Yeah.
But see, the state could let him go. You know what I'm saying? He might could get out of that there. You know, because he got so much time in. But when the feds go, usually the state don't even want no more to do with you once they let the feds come in. Usually, you know, you'll do your time. This how it usually work.
Yeah.
You'll finish your time over there in the Fed. But he had like 200 years. I don't know what it is in the state.
yeah.
But you'll finish your time in the state, and when you finish your time in the state, they'll turn you over to the Fed. But in this case, they turned them over to the Feds.
To the state.
To the feds.
No, the state turned him over to the Feds.
Oh, the first time.
This time here, that's what he in right now. But the state want it back. Usually when the state get through with you, they be done with you.
Okay, yeah. You saying they turned him over to the state. I mean,
Right.
the state turned him over to the Fed. Now they
Right.
saying bring him back. Since
No, okay, now, okay. The state turned him over to the Feds, right?
Right.
Okay, Trump
Pardoned him.
pardoned him.
Right.
So now when you pardon him, you know what I'm saying?
You're done.
You're done.
From
Yeah.
the federal.
So now listen, but he still got that over there in the state. That's why they didn't let him go.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So now what I'm trying to explain to you, this is a rare case, but the state want him back. They debating on did they want. They said they didn't want him at first, so they seeing what they gonna
Oh, okay.
So the governor had to let him out of the state.
do with it. Yeah.
The president can't let you out of the state.
Nah.
He only let you out of the Fed.
Yeah, but I'm quite sure he can reach out and touch her. He's the
Yeah.
president, you know, if he wanted to really, you know, but he did his part. We grateful for him, what he did for
Right,
him, you know.
right.
Right.
So, you know, God will work out the rest of it, you know what I'm saying? Because he almost there, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I believe he could make an impact. And, you know, he at an age now where, I think he about 70. You know what I'm saying? He at an age now where, you know, he want to live and let live, man. You know, being in a situation and the confinement that he been in, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he just want to be with his family and live and let live.
For the rest of however long he got.
Yeah. But
Them
I'm
folks are
rooting for the
dragging
brother,
it
and I
forever,
hope,
bro. Me too.
You know, I hope and pray that everything, you know, work out. You know?
So what about Griselda?
Well, you know, Michael Corleone, you know what I'm saying? Michael Corleone is like a son, like he called me on, you know, he like a son to me. I talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
And we talked about doing some stuff with his mother.
Yeah.
You know, doing some TV stuff with his mother, you know, and
On the like
implicating him.
telling her story side and
Nah, we're gonna do something a whole little different because they don't told his story, they don't did a documentary, they don't did a movie.
they done remixed her
They
shit
don't
2-3 times.
two or three times. So it's hard to get the content out of there, but it's not hard to get the content, you know, out of there. With a son, and we got a formula, you know, we're gonna use with that, and I think it's gonna work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you could tell a story 1,000 ways. You know what I'm saying? And you can remix it a
And
million
it look
ways.
new every time.
Did you read in the book?
Huh?
Did you read in the books when you was down?
Yeah, you know, I read a few books when I was down. You know what I mean? You know, but at the same time, that was part of how I escaped. You know, out of there. You know what I mean? So now, you know what I mean? I don't get that much time to read. You know, because I ain't had no time to really relax. You know, like, you know,
Hit the ground running.
in a Caribbean island, on a Caribbean island reading a book, a romantic book.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did you when you went in there, was it something what you worked on to help you be like a better person when you got back out here? What you worked on within you? Like
Oh
being
shit,
like
you know, all the while, you know, I was trying to figure out the movie thing. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do, you know, I was trying to figure out. That was my plan all the while to do, you know, the movies and TVs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was my plan. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know when I get out, once I got out, you know what I'm saying? There's no business like show business. So, the only business for me was be entertaining, you know, entertainment. So I want to get into entertaining. And so, I know in that entertainment world, you know what I'm saying? There's no business like show business. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do the entertainment thing. So, you know, because you can entertain and create so many different ways. Like we doing right now, we doing the TV, but we're gonna do the music too. And you know, we're gonna give up and coming artists, you know what I'm saying, a chance you know what I'm saying, a chance to do, to make history. Because, you don't never know who the next great one is, so you got to give them a chance, So, but moving forward, like when we get to shooting down here, we going to use people like from here for extras. You know what an extra is, right? Yeah, so, you want to also give people opportunities that they never had before. So this going to be a unique opportunity for everybody, if we win, once we get to the box office numbers and knowing that we win and the people, got a direction for us to go in, because they're gonna tell, like I said, they're gonna tell you what they want.
Mm-hmm. Being in there that long, you said 23 years.
Yeah,
I know you seen the chain gang like switch,
right?
Like how the streets be out there and keep switching,
right?
Like, what's the switch in jail like?
Gangs.
Okay.
It start, that like right now, it all state and federal, it's gang, everything gang, you know what I'm saying? Everything gang. So, that was the biggest, but that was in there when I was in there, but I'm just saying it's even crazy.
It's politics now.
Yeah, but it's deep. It's real deep. You know what I mean? What I mean by that, the gang thing, that's how, like the whole joint, everybody got cars, everybody got, gang related in one way. So,
It used to be state cars, right?
Huh?
It used to be state cars, Georgia, Florida, like that.
Right. But it ain't
what?
nah, Georgia and Florida ride together in certain situations.
Yeah. But now it's just straight colors. I'm asking.
No, you got different cars. Like you might have a Florida car, you might have a Georgia car, but in certain situations, Florida and Georgia might ride together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then they become the side, because DC, you know what I'm saying, really rule the federal. Yeah, the federal institution is really ruled by DC. They got the most gangs, but you got Aaron brothers, you got Chinese mafia, you know what I'm saying, you got Mexican mafia, you got every gang or every gang you could think about, or every mafioso you could think about in there. That's what they're in there for, crime.
Yeah.
You content with your story, like where you at today? If you had to do it all over again, would you go through it that way to be who you are, or would you pivot and take it another way?
Well, shit, I played the hand I was dealt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no regrets. It is what it is. I made the decision. You know what I'm saying? I had to do the time. I did the time, and I ain't rat on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And whatever dude do is his business. I just got a different standards and different morals and principles. And I'm standing on business over here. So I ain't, just a lot of things I just don't, I don't really have nothing to say about it. I just do it the right way. I just stay.
You lead by example.
Stay to the right.
Yeah, you lead by
I
example.
try to stay to the right with it, man. I don't never go left, but I will if I have to.
Right.
But I stay to the right with it.
Right.
So
Make
niggas
no
ain't
mistake
checking-
about it. I ain't gonna think twice. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's one of them yards like that niggas can't walk if they paperwork ain't right?
Macquarie.
I was just finna say that. Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of
I was
them
just finna
joints.
say
A lot of them joints, they rocking like that. If you ain't your paperwork ain't right.
Big
you know what I'm
Sandy.
saying? Big Sandy, all them dangerous, extremely dangerous prisons, man. You sometimes you don't make it out of there. So by me having this conversation with you guys today, and being this is truly a blessing. And it's historic, and it's a part of history, because this is a historic time, because we doing something ain't never been done before. We bringing out, you know what I'm saying? We bringing out documentaries, you know what I'm saying? We brought 3 of them out in one time, and if you ride through the city, you see billboards of me through the city. So, I went from a penitentiary bump to a billboard, so that's real rare, and that, that's history.
Hold on, what's the name of it again?
What?
Miami
Miami
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
It's on
Miami
Apple.
I think it's a billboard on Buckhead or that, right?
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
billboard.
right there,
Yeah,
right
they
there,
moved that bar.
right across from where I stay on
Yeah.
East Paces.
Yeah, we hustling, man.
Yeah, I seen that. I ain't know who that was.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you on the billboard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
got
hustling.
like 3-4 niggas on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
and the
we
city
hustling.
behind.
Yeah, and we got
I
them.
fuck
We got
with
them
that.
throughout Atlanta. We got them throughout Atlanta, man. Because this my home for real. You know what I'm saying? This is my home. You know what I mean? And this is where I'm gonna reside at. So, but we got to get this money up, man, and get to this TV series, and we and put get the city moving the way it's supposed to be moving. We gonna tell this side,
Right.
Y'all doing independent right now, right?
Yeah, we independent, but shit, if they come with a bag, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We in business, Jack.
Who you think who your ideal person you want to work with, like or network, like, yeah, we can get that shit with these folk.
The one whoever got the bag, who will see the vision. There ain't no whole lot to that. There, whoever got the bag, who will see the vision, because they got to be able to see the vision. You're not gonna invest your money in something that you don't see, you can see, you got a vision or you believe in. So you know what I'm saying? And see, let me explain something to you about those people. They go with them numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't care about what you say. They don't care about what you say. They don't care what you say. They don't care about what I say.
Right.
They go with the numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? See, women are lie, men are lie, but numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you can count, they can't really beat you. If you stay on top of your game.
Yeah, shit. And if you can put up numbers.
You can put up numbers. It's all about that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a numbers game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You only win with numbers. I don't care if you're on social media, whatever platform whatever platform you on, you have to do numbers to generate capital or to monetize it. You have to generate numbers.
Facts.
Right.
But it happens, but it's rare that a motherfucker can see that shit from the beginning and feel like I'm finna take a chance on this. Like, it happened though.
Nah, but can I tell you something? In life, and I always remember this, everybody go with the seen. Don't nobody go with the unseen, but the unseen is what you got to worry about.
Real shit.
Because you can't see it coming.
Real shit.
So these numbers, right, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what they're going to be, but just say they come back. They come back, you know what I'm saying? We get $1 million, $1.5 million, or moving up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Any of them numbers like that, 500,000.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, they seeing numbers. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. This game here is based on a number game.
Yeah.
All this stuff, social media, everything is based on a number game.
And them folks know if they did that with the little resource they got, if we get the hope to that shit,
right,
we can take this shit to China, Europe, and all that shit, right?
Right. But see, not only that, we got the content, because you know this shit don't go on, it go on and on. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna write from here to here, and we ain't gonna try to change the culture of Atlanta. We gonna write Atlanta culture.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to Miami, we write Miami culture, and then we gonna write how they converge together.
Merge, yeah.
You know, they merge together, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to get the people to real, and you got to give them something they can feel, that they know real.
So you don't think you ready to write your book yet? You still creating it?
Nah, you know, we getting ready to do the book and everything, you know what I'm saying?
About your life or just what?
Yeah, book about the life, you know what I'm saying? You know, from a childhood.
Yeah.
You know, it's a read like that. You always want to start from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want to start from the beginning because you want to take them on that journey. You know, you got to understand it wasn't no walk. You know, it wasn't no walk. It was a limp through this. It was a limp.
Crawling through this
motherfucker. So you know, for us to be here and doing this podcast, Big Facts, man. You know, it's a blessing. You know what I mean?
Because
we honored to have you.
We appreciate
here,
you.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, this
is legendary.
Yeah. Now I really appreciate you guys for having me, man, and you know, I look forward to, you know, coming back through, man, and, you know, dropping them numbers on you. You know what I'm saying? Once dropping the numbers on you, I tell you, I told you.
Yeah.
You know, because this great. You know, what we doing is great, and it's historic. And, you know what I'm saying, you learning about the culture. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the next, when we go to TV, we going on the water with it and everything. Because, you know, you know, Sal and Farrakhan and Willie, all them, you know, before that, they used to smother with speedboats. Mm-hmm. So we're going to bring all that to TT. We're going to get to the root, you know, the true essence. We're going to have you know, we're going to have all that in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the water with it. Then we get ready to shoot on land. We come to the A.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Save me a spot.
And like I said,
God.
man, listen, we here. So, you know, we filming, you know what I'm saying? We filming, you already know what it is. We got to find somewhere to, you know, and incorporate, but we want them to tune in.
Right.
And like I said, we just got to figure out a way how to keep it interesting, because we only got 30 seconds.
Folks can't wait to get
We only got 30 seconds, so we got to capture their attention in 30 seconds.
Man, you dropped a lot of jewels today, man. Before we get out there, I want you to just get the streets some game, man. Just give them whatever's on your heart.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's working for you, man, but try to do right. You know, than wrong, because you get further in life by doing right than wrong. Always try to do the right thing. But sometimes, man, different hands call for different, different moves, different plays. You know, sometimes you have to move a little different because of the cards you was played. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But always try to play your best hand. You know what I'm saying? For your best man.
Sometimes you got to do like the house builder say. What'd he say? What'd he say?
Who that?
Your man who built a house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he got a lot of staying relevant.
Ariel, boy, listen.
Ariel.
Next time I come, man, he be so busy, I'm going to try to bring him. You talking about a character?
Yeah.
I got to let him tell it, man.
Yeah.
But you talking about if you want to do a funny show, man, we're going to bring Ariel back.
Yeah.
And, hey, man, listen, man, you talking about a funny guy? It's a funny guy, man.
But he dropping it within the joke. He dropping
he's dropping it.
Yeah.
He dropping it now. And he don't been around, you know.
Yeah.
He one of the more Bahamian boys that don't been around, so he don't seen something.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming through, big dog.
Hey man, I thank
sure.
y'all for having me, man. I look forward, with the other projects I'm getting, we getting ready to break. I look forward to coming back, and collaborating with y'all some kind of way and making it make sense. Even if we do a live show on a TV series or whatever, we gonna
it's rolled out. We locked in. Whatever you on,
yeah. We gonna come back. We gonna spin back.
Double back.
We gonna spin back.
The Miami Kingpin is everywhere, right? All streaming everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Apple, Roku, Tubi. It's on Tubi. It's everywhere.
It's on Tubi. Hey, tell them where it's at.
Okay, sorry. Amazon, Apple TV.
Oh, the big shit, not no two.
Stream it everywhere. Stream it everywhere.
Yes.
Big shout out to Convertible Burt. www.bigfaxpod.com. Salute.
Salute.